afternoon, and welcome to the ranking of all Dokkan revive skills in no particular order. I'll be ranking the revive skill by 3 criterias: animation, voice acting, soundtrack and revive condition. First up, the Vegeta exchange unit. For its time, it's held up pretty good in terms of animations. Vegeta begging Goku to avenge the Saiyans is well captured in this revive animation. Plus, the soundtrack captures the moment perfectly with its sad tones. The voice acting also goes pretty hard, you can really hear the desperation of Vegeta. However, the condition absolutely stinks. Good luck trying to get 29% HP. Overall a solid 7 out of 10. Next is Free-to-Play Roshi. This one is just plain average for modern day standards. Sure, it tugs at the heartstrings with the Goku and Roshi bond, but the animation is just bad. To be fair, the revive condition is pretty good, as there's plenty of good Turtle School units. 50% HP though, I dunno about that one, chief. The soundtrack is pretty good, though, they definitely hit the theme, and the voice acting is also very nice. Because he's free to play, I'll cut him some slack and give him a 6 out of 10. Next, Dark Blue Vegeta. For me personally, this scene didn't hit that hard in the anime, and it doesn't do anything in Dokkan either. I felt like it was a cheap homage to the Margin Vegeta final explosion speech. The soundtrack is alright at best. The best thing about this is the voice acting, it's very hype. The condition is god-awful, but I will go into depths when I talk about the next unit. Overall though, it has to be a 4 out of 10. Next is Gear 5, Ultra Instinct Goku. This unit has the worst revive skill in the entire game. First of all, the animation is the definition of underwhelming. When you think of Ultra Instinct, you either think of calmness, the ocean, peace, or Bruce Lee. Or you think of the hyper-adrenaline action when he fought Jiren. But this revive skill is pretty much him standing up and rambling about some generic nonsense that I couldn't give 2 shits about. The soundtrack matches the theme of Ultra Instinct but is still a mid-soundtrack. Don't get me started on his condition. I don't want to increase my blood pressure even more. This dumbass needs to get hit 3 times with a 70% dodge chance. Who thought that this was good game design, huh? Don't worry, because it gets worse. You also have to be 50% HP or below. At least with Vegeta the 7 hits isn't the worst, plus it helps him get to 50% HP. With Goku, it's just tragic. So yeah, 0 out of 10. Next is Future Gohan. I'll be honest, this one is pretty forgetful. I mean, the frames are decent, but can be a bit rough at times, and the voice line delivery sounds like he's rambling. The soundtrack is definitely the best part about this revive skill. The condition looks alright, I've seen worse. I've never actually used this unit, sometimes I forget he even exists. Overall, 5 out of 10. Carnival Goku, or Birdku, is the next one. This one is obviously fucking amazing, the animation with the bird is great, the Goku voice actor screams, and the end when the camera zooms into the angry face is all brilliant. The soundtrack is at least top 5 or top 3 soundtracks in the game. It goes so well with the animation. The definition of, wait, let him cook. The condition is really good for once, finally, I don't have to struggle with these conditions. Well, to nobody's surprise, 10 out of 10. Next is Metal Cooler. This revive animation is the epitome of a cocky bastard. I love it. First of all, the soundtrack is a banger, the way he reconstructs himself is also very nice, and the voice helps bring out that cocky attitude. The best part of this animation is the pose at the end, where he stands atop the hill and whips out his dick. The condition, just like the previous one, is easy to get, all you have to do is die. Overall, 8 out of 10. Next is the GT Spirit Bomb. This one, just like the last few, is incredible. First, you have Vegeta telling the enemy, "It's over, you're fucked now," as Goku arises from behind him and also says, "Goodbye bozo." The animation when all the energy flies towards the earth looks so satisfying, and when he drops that fat bomb and says, "Hold this real quick." The best part about this animation is that end screen man. Goku lying on the ground, everyone running towards him, and crying, really hits you in the feels. The condition is also very good, giving the option to get hit 4 times, or 50% or under HP is really nice. Overall, 9 out of 10. Next is World Tournament. Goku. I made a whole video about this guy, so go check it out. This guy has a standby animation with different voice lines and soundtrack compared to the revive animation, so I'm not going to count that. The revive animation is good, but that's all it is. It never tries to exceed expectations, and the soundtrack is average at best. The voice lines are pretty good, the "you lose" shout conveys the feeling of victory. The best part about this animation is at the end, where Goku shows that goddamn smile. We had a nice string of good conditions, but now we've gone back to trash again. I mean, if you count the revive condition only, then it's pretty good, but the standby condition is atrocious. You will get this guy's standby once in a blue moon. Overall, 6 out of 10. Next, it's free-to-play Satan. In terms of animations, it's pretty funny, not gonna lie. The part where he stands up captures the Satan aesthetic. However, the part where he bashes his head is my reaction every time I read his condition. Oh boy, here we go again. 50% chance to revive, huh? They must have been high when designing this condition, because it is utter shite. Also, minus points for the lack of voice acting and soundtrack. Overall 4 out of 10. Next is Carnival Omega. Now I could make a 20-minute video trashing and laughing at GT bosses, but because this is an animation video, I won't. For this animation, I couldn't care less about the sludge part, but the part where he stares in front of you and goes off with his speech is so hard for me, I don't know why. The soundtrack also complements the speech very well, so for me personally, it's gonna have to be a 7 out of 10. And finally, the latest entrance is Gohan and Piccolo. You guys should know that I have a Piccolo bias, so this is gonna rank highly in my books. But even if I didn't have a bias, this would still be high because, my god, they were cooking with this animation. This animation does the original justice, because when Piccolo stretches his arms to tank the beam, you can see the precise level of detail. The voice acting hits you right in the feels, you can feel Piccolo's last words resonating with Gohan. The soundtrack is also very unique, as it only repeats the sad melody, and never transitions into the hype music we are used to. This is a great creative decision, in my opinion, because it fits the sad atmosphere of the animation. The only thing bad about this revive skill is that the condition absolutely stinks. I mean, long turns plus HP restriction equals bad condition. Overall, 9 out of 10. Here is the rankings in a tier list format. That's the end. Tell me your list in the comments, like and subscribe and stuff.
私は大切な人たちが傷つくのを見たくない。